I'll admit it, this roster is getting stronger in the exact places where a lot of people expected weakness. An overlooked rookie can become an answer. A veteran can turn talent into leadership. A first-rounder can protect the future. And the quarterback so many people tried to dismiss is already forcing the league to rethink everything. Patriots Nation, listen closely. Every story today hits the same nerve. New England is turning doubt into strength. If this rebuild is bringing back that old pride for you too, hit the like button and ride through every twist with us. Elijah Ponder came into Foxborough through the door that almost never gets camera time. No draft announcement, no stage, none of the instant praise that follows a called name. He went undrafted in 2025 and signed after New England addressed major questions off the edge with only limited draft investment. It looked destined to become a footnote. Ponder refused to stay small in this story. As a rookie, he recorded 4 sacks and recovered 3 fumbles. Without high draft capital, that is no cute collection of numbers. That is possession-changing production. Sacks wreck a drive's rhythm. Fumble recoveries return the ball to the offense. Ponder found different ways to leave a mark, and he enters year 2 with a much heavier opportunity, moving beyond useful surprise and becoming a consistent part of this defense. None of it came out of nowhere. Across 5 seasons at Cal Poly, Ponder played 47 games, started 42, produced 26.5 sacks, and added 43.5 tackles for loss. He made all Big Sky in all 4 non-redshirt seasons, including first-team honors in 2023 and 2024. His college resume showed consistency, aggression, and an ability to live in the backfield. The draft withheld validation, making his path feel tied to what New England respects. Nobody handed him status, so he turned opportunity into evidence. I love players whose hunger needs no performance. Ponder heard silence through all 7 rounds. He arrived knowing one bad practice could cost him the chance other players received through investment alone. He stayed, played, and produced anyway. The internal question has changed. Nobody needs to ask whether number 91 belongs in the NFL anymore. New England needs to find out how far it can expand his role without taking away what made him effective. 4 rookie sacks do not automatically make anyone a star, and this position still needs answers. But treating Ponder like a bonus found after the draft would miss what is developing. He gave a physical defense exactly what it needs from a young player: speed, opportunism, and impact before he ever had a comfortable role. The unknown prospect has already become a rotation player. If year 2 brings sharper technique and greater responsibility, the Patriots may have found a real piece where the rest of the league only saw leftovers. That young player came without guarantees. A.J. Brown arrives as a star who has won almost everything. Yet when Mike Vrabel named what has impressed him most in New England, he passed over speed, strength, and production. The coach kept returning to one word: maturity. For these Patriots, that may matter as much as any spectacular Sunday catch. Vrabel praised how Brown communicates with coaches and teammates, owns mistakes, corrects them, and accepts hard coaching. Todd can push him. Josh can push him. Brown does not shut down, hide behind his resume, or take correction personally. According to Vrabel, he wants the entire offense to succeed. When the number 1 receiver accepts that standard, the message travels through a locker room faster than anything posted on a wall. History supports that trust. Vrabel coached Brown in Tennessee from 2019 through 2021, his first 3 NFL seasons. Brown cleared 1,000 receiving yards as a rookie and reached that mark again with Vrabel. After they split, he won a Super Bowl with Philadelphia in 2024 and recorded 4 more 1,000-yard seasons. They already know this relationship works. They are returning to proven results with more experience on both sides and a different mission in Foxborough. The reunion follows a turbulent ending to Brown's Eagles run. In New England, he is already the number 1 receiver, and based on Vrabel's description, influences the room without trying to seize authority. That fires me up. The Patriots added more than someone who can destroy single coverage. They added a veteran who answers high expectations, while a young roster learns that talent and accountability cannot live apart. Drake Maye is the obvious beneficiary, but not the only one. A receiver who stacked 4 more 1,000-yard seasons after Tennessee can teach preparation, communication, and correction that lift everyone around him. Brown can show young players how to stay coachable after becoming a star. He can demand precision from his quarterback without dodging responsibility when a connection fails. He can give this offense an emotional anchor when one mistake threatens the next series. Leadership earns its full weight in games. Brown must help New England clear the final hurdle in the 2026 Super Bowl race, with enormous pressure attached to his name. Still, Vrabel praising behavior before production says plenty about this fit. He has known Brown since the beginning and sees a more complete version today. This is more than two familiar faces reuniting. It is a star ready to be coached like he still has everything to prove. That mindset matters even more when we turn toward the protection this offense needs to unleash it all. The starting offensive line gave Drake Maye time to attack Philadelphia's defense during two productive joint practices. But Ben Brown is expected to miss multiple weeks. Andrew Rupcich is gone after an injury settlement, and depth has moved from an August talking point to a real concern. That gives Caleb Lomu an opportunity to accelerate his development. The first-round rookie's roster spot is secure. The real evaluation is different. Can he already become an answer when the line has to change? Lomu started at right tackle in the 13-13 tie against Indianapolis and also worked there against the Eagles. Marcus Bryant and Demetrius Crownover offer competition and depth, but Lomu carries the investment and long-term upside New England saw at Utah. If he proves he can handle both sides, Mike Vrabel gains flexibility when building the 53-man roster. A dependable swing tackle keeps one injury from triggering 2 or 3 desperate changes at once. It could also allow another backup to slide inside when necessary. That sounds like a lineup detail until the first hit changes an entire line in the second quarter. At that point, versatility stops being a luxury and becomes direct protection for Maye's rhythm. The Patriots responded by adding Joe Michalski, Darian Dalcourt, and veteran Greg Van Roten in a single week. Van Roten, 36, brings 144 NFL appearances and started all 17 games for the Giants last season. That experience settles the present. It does not replace the need to develop a young option who can support the future. Lomu can show that the answer to this depth problem does not always need to come from outside. I do not want the Patriots treating protection like something that deserves attention only after it breaks. When Maye had a clean pocket against Philadelphia, the ball came out with confidence and the offense challenged a talented roster. That version has to be preserved. Very few teams survive a season without injuries up front, and one unprepared reserve can change play calls, shorten progressions, and force the quarterback into survival mode. That is why the Eagles game means more for Lomu than a normal preseason evaluation. One night will not decide his career, but it can ease an anxiety growing inside this roster. Watch his feet, his balance, and most importantly, his response after losing first contact. If he can hold up on either side, New England gains room to absorb injuries without tearing apart the offense. I want the Foxborough community weighing in. What would Lomu need to show for you to breathe easier about this depth? Protecting Maye matters even more when the league shows how highly it views New England's quarterback. The 2026 NFL Top 100 placed him number 11 overall, ahead of Will Anderson and directly behind Patrick Surtain. Among quarterbacks, only Josh Allen and reigning MVP Matthew Stafford ranked higher in the player vote. 2 years into his career, Maye already stands at the edge of the NFL's top 10. But Patriots Nation, this is where things get really interesting. That respect came from players who study Maye and try to contain him. Dalton Kincaid said he heard directly from Josh Allen how much respect Allen has for the Patriots quarterback. When an AFC East rival with that resume shapes how teammates see Maye, attempts to dismiss him as a product of circumstance start falling apart. Surtain highlighted how Maye escapes the pocket. Other players praised his ball placement, especially deep, and his athletic ability. His tight window pass to Kyle Williams, which sparked a fourth-quarter comeback in Baltimore, stuck with opponents. One player said only top-tier quarterbacks make that throw. That recognition comes from the brutal angle, tiny window, and decision made before the space disappears. Critics will point to rough playoff numbers against the Chargers, Texans, Broncos, and Seahawks. Those games matter, but they cannot erase a season when Maye led the league in completion percentage and yards per attempt. Efficiency and aggression usually pull apart. Maye combined both in 2025 and finished one first-place vote short of MVP. A.J. Brown leads an improved group of weapons, and that number 11 ranking becomes more than an honor. It pressures the offensive line, coaching staff, and front office. New England is no longer searching for a quarterback to begin the build. The Patriots must build urgently around a player his opponents already view as elite. For everyone calling last season lucky, the answer appeared in the vote. The Patriots won 10 straight regular season games and finished 9-0 in true road games. Maye did not reach number 11 through generosity. His peers saw accuracy, arm talent, mobility, and courage. The response to critics must come through football, not empty noise. Maye gets another season to turn recognition into control, consistency, and wins under pressure. I want this ranking to look conservative. If the protection survives, Lomu supplies depth, Ponder returns possessions, and Brown elevates the offense, Maye can push New England toward the top of the AFC. I do not want a season spent confirming number 11. I want one that leaves the league wondering how it ranked 10 players ahead of him. These 4 stories are not moving in separate directions. Together they show the weight of this opportunity. Ponder can turn rejection into constant pressure. Brown can turn experience into leadership. Lomu can keep an injury from reaching Maye, and Maye has already earned the respect his critics keep trying to deny. New England has to honor this moment with development, depth, and ambition. Subscribe and follow this climb without lowering the standard. Patriots Nation, tell me what you think. When the season ends, which piece will have changed the Patriots' direction most? Ponder's rise, Brown's leadership, Lomu's versatility, or Maye's next leap?